was the Women's United States Championship tournament. Kicked off, continued, whatever. And this week we saw Bianca Belair versus Chelsea Green versus Blair Davenport. Somebody in the chat called that Blair was going to be in this, and she was, which was cool to see, but we knew that she had no chance, unfortunately. Luckily, though, she was the one who got pinned, so I guess that makes her a little bit more relevant. And Chelsea Green, in my eyes, was the right person to go on in this match, because when you first saw that Bianca was going to be in it, I was like, all right, Chelsea has no chance. Belair has no chance. It's Bianca Belair. Like, they're not going to have, Bianca lose.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that worked in our favor is that Bianca is one half of the women's tag team champions, so that kind of helped make sure that she didn't need to win, because she actually has other stuff going on. So I am very excited that Chelsea won, and the audience was really excited about it too. That I think is interesting, because obviously we talked about Braun Breaker being kind of a tweener, and that's potentially the direction that WWE wants to go in. But I think that Chelsea is kind of a natural tweener. It just depends on what she's doing and whatever. So that was pretty cool to hear the crowd like actually be excited about it.
It's nice to see Chelsea just be Chelsea and naturally get the reaction that she is getting. That's why it's working. That's why you want to see Chelsea in these matches. Not because you love Chelsea Green and she's your favorite, but because you know that she's so good at what she does that, hate her or love her, she needs to be in that spot. And if it's not Bianca Belair, it needs to be someone who is on the path, on the trajectory of being on that level. Chelsea Green is the perfect person for it. And how do you legitimize a championship, a new championship? I mean, by putting someone like Chelsea Green in it, who has in the tournament for it, who has just radiating star power.
Well, and there are people who have been talking about somebody of like Bayley's caliber is the one who needs to be the first US champion or whatever. And I get it when you're talking about solidifying, legitimizing, whatever word you want to use, a brand new championship. You're like, yeah, you want to put it on a top talent or somebody that is recognizable, somebody that is well known and well liked or well hated, whatever. But I think that would be the case when we were talking about something like when we were talking about reintroducing the World Heavyweight Championship. It made sense for Seth Rollins to be the first guy to hold that championship, but we're talking about a mid-card title. So it doesn't have to be a Bayley, a Bianca, a Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley. Like, granted, obviously that'll come later with the
it's the levels. There's levels to it.
Yeah. So I don't think that should eliminate Chelsea from the conversation, because people are saying in the comments, especially because we've talked about this before, they've talked about how she is a jobber, she won't have the title be taken seriously, blah blah blah. And that doesn't make any sense to me, because you can say that she's a jobber no matter whatever.
You're wrong.
Well, and the one person who keeps saying it is claiming that it's not because she's bad at wrestling, but it's that she doesn't do anything or whatever, so that makes her a jobber. And
what
I'm
is
like,
anything?
that's
what
not
is
the
do
definition.
anything?
I don't know. She doesn't win titles. She's not taken seriously. I don't know. That's not
That
the definition of a jobber to me.
Step into the yard here with us.
Yeah.
And defend themselves.
Well, that is a new definition of jobber in my eyes. I've never heard anyone refer to somebody as a jobber, and that was what their definition was. So that was
me
weird,
either.
But
that is new, Sarah. The thing with I had a point. No, keep talking, because the point will come to me.
We don't know.
Oh, I got the point.
Okay.
I got the point.
So I was just gonna say, we don't know who is gonna be, the final match to determine who the first champion is. But I do think that Chelsea should be among the leading girls to win it,
because
no matter what people are saying.
Okay, and agreeing with you because you need to look at it from a different stance than Seth Rollins being the inaugural world heavyweight champion. Look at what HBK did in NXT with the Women's North American Championship. They didn't put it on Roxanne Perez. They didn't put it on Cora Jade. They put it on Kalani Jordan. Because if you were watching, you would see that Kalani was making her way as the best of the new talent, whatever, new signings, and she is someone that you can see in being one day in the world title picture. That's
Yeah.
the point of the mid card championship. So it's not someone like a Bianca or a, just for SmackDown, like a Bailey. It needs to be someone that is on the cusp of one day you seeing as a future world champion. Well, let's put a secondary title on her to see how well she takes to being in that role.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think we're also talking about the mid card and rewarding girls who have been busting their butt and putting on good matches, good segments, whatever, despite not being anywhere near the women's title picture. I don't think that we need to act as if they're introducing another women's championship and that is going to only be reserved for the women that they constantly put on the posters for TV and pay-per-views. That doesn't make any sense. Otherwise,
that's counterproductive.
It would be Bianca, Becky, Rhea, Charlotte, Bailey.
Jade.
Like that would be the only people in the tournament, and that's not fair. That's not the point of introducing a mid-card title. It's for girls like Chelsea. Like
honestly, it's for girls like Blair Davenport, if
yes,
as well,
or Meechin, because that was another person that we were talking
it's
about.
either Chelsea or Meechin where I'm happy.
Yeah,
Dead
that's
ass.
the
It's
only thing that
Chelsea
makes sense in my eyes.
Imagine Chelsea and Meechin. Is it possible? Because I don't have the board memorized, obviously. But is it possible that we could get Chelsea versus Meechin at Saturday night's main event? Because that's where the finals.
Well, I think so.
If that's the case, that match needs to happen. That would be that's TNA winning once again.
Let me
seriously.
see if WWE post it. No, see, why don't they post the updated bracket?
They ain't.
Women's US title bracket. Oh, whoops, I spelled that wrong. Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, that's from the 15th. Okay, so Bailey won and Chelsea won. So next, obviously, we'll be talking about it, but Jade is out. So then it's Jade, whoever is her replacement, Meechin and Piper Niven. And then the next match is Naomi, Tiffany, and Elektra Lopez. Because yeah, so
I don't think Elektra wins.
Is it the finals that's on Saturday night main event?
Yes, it is.